Hello, welcome. It's time. Let's get on this subject. Let's get into it. Where are we? Mm, mm, mm. Where? All right. Let me know as soon as you're able to connect. Hello, welcome. And I'm sure um, in your part of the world, of course, if you are in Nigeria, you about the same time. You are at the same, we are in the same time zone. Okay, if you are around Nigeria, very close to the time it is here in the same time zone. But if you are outside Africa, you are in Europe, surely in Asia, surely you should be having another time there right now. So, what time is it at your hand? Morning, afternoon, or evening? Welcome to this live. Who is forced to join in and let's have this interesting session together. It promises to be engaging and interesting. So let's have you. Who is here? Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Where are you watching from? Welcome to this live. Where are you watching from? I believe I'm audible. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And remember to give this session a thumbs up. Welcome. Where are you joining from? Let's know in the chat. Vicky added. Welcome. Hello, Vicky. First to comment. You deserve an award, right? I don't know what that could be now, but just to let you know that you are especially welcome to this live and to the channel, and more than the channel, to the community. This is a wonderful community of healthy people and health enthusiasts. When I say healthy people, we are actually uh, concerned, committed, and willing to live healthy lives. So Vicky says, I'm waiting. Yes, waiting. Thank you for coming and settling down. Please grab your seat and let's get into this important discussion. Vicky added, what part of Nigeria are you watching from? Who else is here? Who else is here? Let's have you. Let's see who is here and where are you joining from? So how's your day going, Vicky? Please give this live session a thumbs up. I'm sure more people will be able to join in as the system recognizes the interest of those who are here right now. So thank you for settling down, Vicky. Uh, just few more minutes. We welcome more people and we kick off. So a special welcome to you. Where are you watching from? I'm sure this is a very important topic we are looking at this time. And, on this channel, we talk everything about health. By the way, I'm a medical doctor. I'm committed to helping people get informed and take decisions about their health. And so, if you are committed to your own health, then it's a good place to be. Let me know if you can still hear me. Am I audible? So, Vicky, please, where are you watching from? And everyone on the live, let's know where you are watching from. All right. So, if your commitment to your health is what you have in mind, you care about yourself, you love yourself, then this is the right place to be. So it doesn't matter what part of the world you are in right now. This is something that is common to every one of us. It's something that should interest you. This is something that does not just affect you as an individual. Um, it's something that affects uh, families, communities, nations, generations to come. Okay, so we have to be intentional about our health, our choices, the decisions that we take, and the ability that we have to do what is required on our part to living a healthy life. Welcome to the live. Please give this live a thumbs up. Let me know where you are watching from. Mhm. We are talking about marriage and mental health. It's a very important topic. I believe um, every one of us need this information. As adults, you need to uh, be well informed and you need to talk. We need to keep talking about this um, as a matter of importance. Mental health conditions are common globally. People are suffering or dealing with anxiety disorders. People are experiencing depression, and there are different causes, different reasons for this. Looking at financial challenges, looking at marital challenges, uh, business challenges, you know, career challenges, different people in different parts of the world, economic challenges, nations experiencing economic challenges, wars in places, you know, these are some of the reasons why um, mental health challenges have risen more than ever before. Okay, but interestingly, when people hear about mental health, the first thing that comes to mind is okay, maybe someone somewhere is suffering from madness or something. No, no, no. We are not talking about um, getting to the extreme of a person getting mad, and there should actually not be uh, uh, that fear of talking about this important area of our lives. The World Health Organization has defined health as a complete state of physical, mental, and social well being. and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So, if you're talking about being a old person, and as a family doctor, I talk about um, the old person, and that's what even the World Health Organization has defined health to be. So it's beyond your physical, it's beyond uh, your social life. It involves and includes your mental health and even your spiritual health. So, if you are going to be uh, a complete individual, you must be complete on these different sides. You wouldn't be choosing one side and paying so much attention, for example, to your physical life, and talking about exercising, talking about how you dress, how you look, and then forgetting that there are these other aspects of your life. Okay, there's a mental side to your life, and if you are very well settled, grounded in your mental state, mental ability, then you can be sure that so many other areas of your life will be in shape. Okay, so have you seen someone who is poorly dressed, who is sometimes, the way you dress actually is a reflection of your mental state. Okay, you may agree with me. Let me know if you agree with me. If you are mentally stable, if you are able to actually think well, if your mind is in the right shape, you would definitely want to appear good. I mean, do you agree with me? All right. So, you see people, of course, talking about backgrounds, people have different backgrounds, when it comes to how they appear, in terms of whether you appear gorgeous, just moderate, or appear unkempt. So, if you are going to uh, be the real person that you should be, the person, the individual that God has created, that you are good, prospering, according to the word of God, that you prosper in health, even as your soul prospers. So there is that aspect of your person. I'm talking about your mental uh, health, which comprises your cognition, your social skills, your resilience, your ability to cope with stress. These are important aspects of your mental health. And if you are actually conscious and practically doing things in this aspect to help yourself, then you will be sure to be living a well balanced life. All right. I'm going to look at some information from the World Health Organization and read to us. Interestingly, we're talking about marriage and mental health. Marriage is beautiful, but for some reason, if an individual is not complete in the sense of living a healthy life, as an individual, they cannot, be the best even in marriage. So, how important is this mental health? Now, the World Health Organization has said that there's a need for action on mental health. There's no doubt about that. There's a need for urgent attention and um, action. Yes, action steps. When it comes to mental health, there are rising cases of suicidal attempts and even suicides. Okay, but the fact is that these are preventable uh, events, and then there are measures that should be in place to limit such events. All right, so urgent attention. So that's one of the reasons we are doing this at this time. Okay, mental health has intrinsic and instrumental value, and it's integral to your well-being, to my well-being. Okay, you must see it as that. That's an important uh, aspect of your life. So that's why sometimes you see someone in their old age that is still doing well, strongly celebrating. You know, cognition is good. A lot of factors: diet, how they have lived their life, lifestyle, whether they avoided smoking or taking alcohol. As they were growing up. You know, but there's the aspect of studying. Such individuals, you see them really engaging their minds, and then they keep growing, the brain is active, and that's an advantage, growing into old age. So mental health is actually determined by a complex interplay of individual factor, sometimes really genetic factor, and then there are external factors, including talking about family backgrounds, environmental factors, community experiences. In fact, the experiences that an individual has in their nation can also be a factor that influences their health. If you live in an environment where there there is war ongoing, you know, there's a possibility that sense of fear may be ruling that environment. Okay. And if you're not careful, you may suffer from anxiety, panic attacks, fear. And in fact, some people may even be thinking of uh, attempting or committing suicide, looking at the situation. But you don't have to think about suicide. You don't have to commit suicide. There is always a way out. So, what is mental health? Mental health is, as defined by World Health Organization, is actually a state of mental well-being. Let me know if you are with me. Please drop a comment in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope I'm not talking to myself. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me clearly. I hope I'm audible. Give this video a thumbs up. This live, yes, a thumbs up. So I know that you can hear me. So welcome. If you are just joining in, welcome, welcome, welcome. This a matter of commitment to the community and everyone that will be joining in. Vicky, are you still there? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so I would really like to know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, I'm still waiting. You can see, you can see the two people moving in and out. So let me know as soon as you're able to uh, settle in well. So welcome once again if you are returning, or welcome back if you are returning, and welcome to you if you are just joining in. Let's know where you are watching from. I know Vicky is from Nigeria. Okay, so kindly respond to the question. All right, so concept in mental health, we have to define what mental health really is, first of all. And then looking at the World Health Organization's definition, it talks about mental health being a state of mental well being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life. It's a state of mental well being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well, and work well, and in fact contribute to their community. I'm going to take that definition again. According to the World Health Organization, uh, mental health is a state of mental well being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, that helps them to realize their abilities, learn well, and work well, and contribute to their community. So the question is, are you in such a state currently that you're able to cope with the stresses of life? In fact, there are stress. I mean, it's an understatement to say there are different stresses or stress factors in life, and then that you're able to realize your ability, you're able to work well, and then contribute, make your own contribution to the community. So you can only give what you have, okay? But if you have a have a good mental health, you are skilled, you are well skilled, you're a professional, career, business, a student, you have special skills, very good. But if you lack this state of well-being, then you're still lacking something. And that's why we are here today to talk about what it is, what are those things that we should be talking about when it comes to marriage and mental health. Okay, of course, you know what marriage is, talking about union between a man and a woman. Okay, and then it's a commitment, and it comes with its own benefits and advantages, the reasons, and then there are challenges that come up in marriage. So, as I mentioned earlier, if mentally, as an individual, you are not mentally stable, you cannot be boasting of being uh, being effective when it comes to doing your part in marriage. Okay, so mental health is an integral component of health and well-being. Actually, underpins our individual and collective abilities to make decisions. So, if you are able to take decisions, you're able to think well and take decisions. That's talking about being in a good mental state, you know. But if you are confused, you are just not able to handle some um, occasions, challenges, decisions that you need to take, then you may not be operating in the right uh, mental state. So, building relationships, shaping the world we live in, these are things that happen. They happen well when you are in the right state of mind, when you have right social connections and you're able to connect well with others. So these are uh, results that you get from having the right mental state, being in the right mental state. Okay, so but what is your own commitment to your health? You must be willing to ensure that you are taking charge, being in charge of your own mental health. Looking at the fact that there are many reasons why you should not be mentally stable. Okay, I don't know where you are watching from. Okay, but if you look at your environment, if you look at the challenges around your life, if you look at the nation you are in, no matter how good it is, the fact is that there are many reasons why you should worry. There are many reasons why you should be anxious. There are many reasons. Interestingly, on this side and in different places, children's school resumption has taken place. So there are many reasons. First of all, you think about financial commitments, school fees, think about feeding, you think about transportation. That's many reasons why you should be worried. Okay. And if you allow that to overwhelm you as an individual, when you now do that in a marriage setting, you can be sure that you will not be effective in that marriage because you you are confused. You are not able to communicate. You are not able to relate well with your partner. So it's important to note that you can only give what you have. You can only be the best as long as you self care, you self love, you take care of your mental health. And if you don't, the consequences are there, and I'm sure you don't want to experience. And there are people that may actually be experiencing those negative consequences of not taking correct position when it comes to their mental health. So it takes a lot of commitment on your part. It takes a lot of discipline, to care for yourself. So it is actually a basic human right, and it's crucial to your personal life, to your family, community, and even socio-economic development, according to the World Health Organization. And that's the fact. Now, many people can actually be effective at work. And in different nations at this time, there are people who are doing different things, in companies, institutions, um, school, career, business, but how much effect can an individual have in what they're doing? How much contribution can they give when they are not mentally stable? Okay, so we must be talking about this. So it's more than the absence of mental disorders. Okay, and people think, oh, I'm not depressed, I'm not anxious. It's good to think about those extremes, so to say, but uh, the other areas when it comes to maintaining a good mental health, the social connections. Are you able to connect well with others, or you isolate yourself? Sometimes some people try to think, of course, there's an advantage in isolating at some point, you know relating with yourself, but you cannot live life alone. That's the fact. That's the way God has designed life. God has designed you and I to find a place, a room for relating with others. So no matter what you are, who you are on the face of the earth today, there's something somebody somewhere has that you need. And there's something that you have that others need to benefit from. So you cannot ignore the need to relate with others. You cannot. Okay, so when you begin to find yourself isolating, withdrawing, it's not healthy actually. It's not healthy. Life is meant for communication. Life is meant for making progress, for making impact. And if you are going to be making impact in life, for example, if I'm not talking as I should at this time, if I'm not doing this live, then somebody somewhere may not just get the information that they should get from this, or get the impact that they should receive from this. Okay, so at the same way I have opportunity to learn from others, to listen to others, uh, you know it's just the way the world has been designed. So I don't know what you do. Let me know in the chat what you do as an individual. I know people in different time zones, but let me know if you're able to type in, let me know what you do as an individual. So let me quickly mention, let me mention the components. I mentioned them in passing the other time. Components of mental health. Of course, that self awareness is important. Understanding your own emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors. Understanding your background. These things will help to guide your life, will help to guide you in the way you think, in the way you talk, in the way you live, in the way you relate with others. And then emotional regulation, the ability to undo emotional matters, social connections. We talked about that. The need to build and maintain positive relationships. I'm sure there are relationships that you have had or you have currently that are really beneficial to you. So if you're talking about having a good mental health, then you should definitely not ignore your social connections and physical well-being. Very important. If you are active, there's a way it affects your mood. If you are inactive, it affects your mood. So after exercising, after doing some workouts, there's a way your mood uh, improves. It's elated, feel excited. Possibly blood flow from your heart pumping, supplying your brain. you know just also helps you to be alert. So physical activity is one other component, one important aspect of maintaining a good mental well-being. Don't worry, we'll be diving into the meat of this topic. All right. So resilience is another one. That's the capacity to recover from difficulties and adapt to change. We all face challenges at one time or the other, in one way or the other. So, but the ability to face those challenges, the ability to handle those challenges in a positive manner, those are really good qualities and important for maintaining a good mental state, well-being. So let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. Is Vicky? Vicky, are you still there, or is someone else that is here? Let me know in the chat. Please confirm that you can hear me. All right. So let me know in the chat what you think. What are your thoughts on this? Thank you.